the manager.
We may bring you the Philadelphia Phillies versus the St. Louis Cardinals.
Good evening, everyone, from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Welcome to Phillies baseball tonight. Game 2 of the series, the Phils and the St. Louis Cardinals. Ben Rivera goes for the Phillies, and he will be opposed by Rene Arocha for the St. Louis Cardinals. Harry Callis with Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler. The Phillies trying to hold a 3-game losing streak, and the Phillies have faced Wheel's 4 straight left-hand pitchers. Probably will be happy that Arocha throws from the right side.
Yeah, they don't care where he's from, Harry, except he throws from the right side. Yeah, they have faced a lot of left-handed pitchers lately. Phillies have a very left-hand hitting lineup. Jim Fregosi told us before the game that the left-handers hadn't bothered the Phillies left-handed hitters that much this year. Lately, they have. So he's really happy to see a right-hander out there. He thinks Dykstra, Kruk, Dalton, those guys are happy to see a right-handed pitcher on the mound. Phillies are in a batting slump right now, and they really need those big guys to start coming around. They think maybe facing a right-hander will help them a little bit.
This right-hander, Arocha, is from Cuba, and of course the Phillies have never seen him before, so is that advantage for him?
It should be. Anytime you face a pitcher for the first time, you know, you can get scouting reports, you can get all the information in the world, but until you get up there and see what those pitches do, he's going to have a little bit of an edge, I think. Now, I don't think he's a control pitcher. He doesn't walk many. He throws a lot of breaking stuff. And the Cardinals are giving him a lot of credit for being where they are right this moment. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Fregosi has a good left-hand hitting lineup in there tonight.
Both Milt Thompson and Jim Eisenreich are in the outfield, and of course Kruk, Dalton, and Dykstra. Back with the starting lineups right after these messages. St. Louis for this, the second game of the 4-game series between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. They love their baseball here, and the Redbirds have the best record of the National League in this month of June. Phils with 4 games here, losing the first one last night. Would love to come out of here with a split, and they'll look for Ben Rivera to have a good outing here tonight against the running Redbirds. Channel Ben has been strong in his last couple of starts. He'll come in 7-3 with a 3.72 ERA. And tomorrow the Phillies will be going with Tommy Green, and then on Thursday it'll be Kirk Schilling. St. Louis Cardinals own the best record in the league in this month of June. They are 19-6 in the month of June. San Francisco 18-8, and the Phillies aren't all that bad. It's 17-9, but not compared to the 19-6. St. Louis Cardinals taking the field behind Rene Arocha. Phillies lineup tonight for Jim Fregosi will have Lenny Dykstra, center fielder, leading off. Milt Thompson, left field, bats second. John Kruk, the first baseman, hitting third. Dave Hollins at third base, bats fourth. Aaron Dalton catching, hitting fifth. Jim Eisenreich in right field will bat sixth. Mariano Duncan, the shortstop, hitting seventh. Mickey Morandini, second base, bats eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Ben Rivera. They are facing the 27-year-old Cuban, Rene Arocha.
Yeah, and the first time the Phillies have ever seen him, he averages about 4.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Doesn't walk many, only 1 per 9 innings. He's 6-2 on the season, ERA of 3.07. He throws a lot of different breaking pitches and doesn't really throw the fastball all that often, but he does have good control.
Defensively behind him, Todd Zeile at third base, Ozzie Smith at shortstop, Luis Alicea at second, and Greg Jeffries at first. Eric Pappas doing the catching tonight. In the outfield from left to right, it's Bernard Gilkey, Brian Jordan, and Mark Whitten. Umpires tonight, Terry Tata calling the balls and strikes. Eric Gregg at first base, Jeff Kellogg at second, and Jerry Davis will umpire at third. Lenny Dykstra will lead off for the Phils, hitting at .279. Send our best to Mike and Joanne Poland watching back in the Delaware Valley. And their friends here in St. Louis, Lad, Shirley, Dave, and Barb.
Have a special birthday today, Harry. Cutter Dykstra, son of Terry and Lenny. Lenny
Cutter is 3, is he?
4.
4, that's right. Cutter Dykstra is 4 years old, and his dad Lenny stands in to lead off. Lenny hitting at .279, leads the league in runs scored. One ball and no strikes to Lenny Dykstra. It's a foul out of play, 1-1. Pete Peters of Bensalem, Pennsylvania, great Phillies fan, celebrating his 61st birthday today.
And Eleanor Heath in Belmar, New Jersey. Birthday on this beautiful 29th of June. Hot here in St. Louis.
Line drive, center field. Jordan can't get it. Kicks away from him. Dykstra will get to second base on it. It'll probably be a hit in an air, but that is hit number 1,000 in the dude's career. Hit number 1,000 for Lenny. He does it on Cutter's 4th birthday, and he wasted no time.
They ought to save that ball for him, I would think. Guess nobody's going to do it. I think it's important that the Phillies get off early against this right-hander.
It will be a single and an error on Jordan. 1 strike to count to Milt Thompson, who's hitting at .231. Milt will try to pull the ball, move the runner up. And Arocho will try to keep the ball away from him.
Elizabeth Uzek, 82, from Tuscarora, Pennsylvania.
Beats the ball foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson batting at .231.
Bill Bingham, 80 today.
High with it, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's pitched Thompson 4 straight pitches away. Still away, according to the catcher.
Full count. Rocha doesn't walk many. In 70 to 3rd innings, he's only given up 8 walks coming into this game.
Send our best along to John Gibson, who's recuperating in Graduate Hospital. Also John's birthday today.
Milt Thompson is aboard with a walk, and the Phillies have 2 men on base, nobody out for John Kruk. Rucker hitting .343. He's 4th in the league in hitting. Leads the league in on-base percentage. Leads the league in walks. 3rd in the league in runs scored. 75th birthday wishes to Alma Downs, Pennsauken, New Jersey, watching the ball game tonight.
The silver wedding anniversary. Lyndon David Lutz in Ardmore.
Out of play, 1 strike to Kruk.
Wilmer Beanie Mills in Gibbstown, New Jersey, 80 today. Kruk will try to pull the ball.
He hits the ball sharply on the ground. Jeffries throws to Ozzie Smith for the force at second. No chance for a relay. Dykstra moves to 3rd. Kruk at first on a fielder's choice, and it will bring up Dave Hollins.
Kruk did pull the ball, hit the ball sharply, but right at Jeffries. Jeffries did not give Ozzie Smith a very good throw. Ozzie, all he could get was the force. And Dave Hollins with a chance to do some damage.
Hollins hitting .283. He's hitting 100 points higher right-handed than left. .340 right-handed, .240 left-handed. Cardinals keep the infield at double play depth. On the outside corner, 1 strike to Hollins. One ball and 1 strike.
Frances Hune in Fox Chase celebrating her 86th.
Good low with it, 2-1.
That's his changeup. He kind of turns that over, takes something off the pitch, it drops down and away.
Slider missed, 3 balls and a strike.
93 years old today, Marie McNally. Happy birthday.
Missed the fastball. Full count to Hollins.
Pitch was just up a little high. Good pitch to hit if you get your bat on it, up and in.
Three and 2 to Dave Hollins. Philly runners first and third with 1 out here in the first. Fouled it back, still 3 and 2. Vivacious Melissa Kubicki celebrating a birthday, her 21st today.
Danny and Ann Quill in Yardley, married 47 years today. Woo, 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 woo.
That was close. That was awfully close to take. That's the second walk in this inning given up by Arocha. He'd only walked 8 coming into this game.
That pitch must have thought it was a little low because that pitch was called a strike a couple of times earlier. Terry Tate behind the plate generally does a pretty good job back there.
Dutch Dalton is third in the league and runs batted in. Big RBI chance here. Bases loaded with Phils with 1 out. No strikes. Eric Pappas will go out and converse with Rene Arocha.
Mike Huey celebrating a birthday today in Lakewood, New Jersey, and Shirley and Dean Free here from Likens, Pennsylvania. Elisea has to be the interpreter there.
Elisea from Puerto Rico, although he went to Florida State University. Line drive to right field. It is speared by Whitten. Here comes Dykstra. The throw. Letty's safe at home plate. Pappas put up a roadblock. Torrey's going to argue that Dykstra never got his hand in. Pappas really had that plate blocked. Give Dalton a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. Whitten has a great arm in right field.
He made a great play to catch the ball and then get up and fire. He just has a rifle on his arm, and he made almost a perfect throw. And I'm not sure Dykstra got his arm in there. It wasn't Pappas had the plate pretty well blocked.
He had it blocked all right.
Hutch will get a run batted in. 60th.
Well, the Phillies are on the board, leading 1-0, and it'll bring on Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich hitting at .351. One ball and no strikes. Missing a little bit wide. It's 2-0. Play. 2 balls and a strike.
Rusty Giles here from Wilmington, Delaware. Wanted to say hi to his son watching the game. And Lee Schaefer Sr. from Philadelphia here.
Three balls and a strike to Eisenreich. Teller Rocha has really struggled with his control here in the first inning. Bouncing ball to Alicea. That'll retire the side. The Phillies score a run in the inning on 1 hit. There was 1 Cardinal error, 2 men left. After 1/2, Phillies won. St. Louis coming to bat.
Your Hyundai dealer's celebrating because Hyundai sales are up more than Honda and Toyota. So right now, during the Hyundai Success Celebration, you can get up to $2,200 in factory savings. Buy an Excel for as low as $65.99 or an Elantra for as little as $73.99 after the factory savings. And every Hyundai comes with 2 years scheduled service at no charge. About all you pay for is gas. So join the Success Celebration at your Hyundai dealer today. Hurry into your nearest Hyundai dealer now. It's where cars make sense.
Budweiser and the Phillies are celebrating the 4th of July holiday weekend with the Bud Summer Baseball Bash. It's a special tent party outside Veterans Stadium on Monday, July 5th before the Phillies-Dodgers game. Right now, be the 17th caller to 1-800-432-1745 and win 4 tickets to the party and the game. You'll join us for food, music, and surprises, and then watch the Phillies play the Dodgers. It's the Bud Summer Baseball Bash with Budweiser and the Phils. So bring on the Dodgers and bring on the Bud.
Hi, guys. What do you got?
Quaker State Synquest.
Synquest?
Right, Bert. It's Quaker State synthetic oil for high-performance engines.
Synquest. You just can't get a better synthetic.
Joe Torre's lineup tonight. Bernard Gilkey in left field leads off. Ozzie Smith, shortstop, batting second. Greg Jeffries, first base, hits third. Todd Zeal, the third baseman, batting fourth. Mark Whitten, right field, hits fifth. Brian Jordan, center fielder, batting sixth. Luis Alicea at second base, bats seventh. Eric Pappas, the catcher, hitting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Rene Arocha. They're facing Ben Rivera.
Ben is 7 wins, 3 losses, ERA 3.72, almost 7 strikeouts per 9 innings, and close to 5 walks per 9 innings. Probably pitched his best game his last time out against Atlanta.
Defensively behind Big Ben, it'll be Dave Hollins at third base, Mariano Duncan shortstop, Mickey Morandini at second, John Kruk at first. Behind the plate is Darren Dalton. In the outfield from left to right, Milt Thompson, Lenny Dykstra, and Jim Eisenreich. Bernard Gilkey leads it off. Gilkey batting at .309. Alicea talking to Rene Arocha between innings. Arocha defected from Cuba in '91, was a lottery pick. Several teams had a chance to sign him. St. Louis won the lottery. 1 strike to Gilkey.
Veronica Lauer in Clementon celebrating her 72nd.
Ball and a strike to Bernard Gilkey. On the outside corner.
That good curveball of Ben's. When he gets that over, he's a rough customer.
Foul back the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Steve Hess here from Westchester, along with Vince Kelly in Allentown.
Bounces the curveball up there. 2-2. Fastball laced into left field for a hit. Well, Gilkey is a leadoff base runner. That'll bring up Ozzie Smith. Smith hitting at 275. He's been a better hitter this year right-handed than left. 342 right-handed, 247 left-handed. Pretty good size lead by Gilkey, and Ozzie bounces a foul down the first base side. Cardinals have been known over the years as the running Redbirds, although this year they are behind 3 clubs in the stolen base department: Montreal, Colorado, and Cincinnati. They led the league in steals last year against St. Louis. One ball and 1 strike. Thompson, but he recovers. Gilkey will hold at second. And St. Louis has their first 2 men on base and nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Rivera's made some pretty good pitches in these 2 at-bats, but pitches down there are out there on the outside corner, and Ozzie lined it over third.
Brings on Greg Jeffries. He's the 6th leading hitter in the league, batting at .330. He has an 11-game hitting streak coming into this game, batting .417 in the last 11. Bouncing up there for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Rivera hasn't pitched all that much against St. Louis. He does have good numbers against them lifetime. In 18 innings, he's 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA. But he is in trouble here in the first. Oh, with it, 2-0. Johnny Padres, Phillies pitching coach. Saw this happen last night. Danny Jackson had a rough first inning. First 4 Cardinals reach base, and he settled down. Walked him on 4 pitches. And will load the bases with Redbirds. Nobody out for Todd Zeile. Padres will make a trip to the mound.
Dolly and Don Buchanan here from Essington, PA. Ben's in a lot of first inning trouble here, and here's where you have to try to cut your losses, get an out, keep the Cardinals away from a big inning. That's, of course, what Rivera wants to do.
Todd Zeile is hitting at .244. One homer. He's knocked in 31.
This is a replay of last night.
Right over for a called strike. 0-1. This is with a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. That curveball over on the outside corner. 1-2.
Whoa.
Strike 3 called. Struck him out. Fastball on the inside corner. Zeile is called out on strikes, and that's 1 big out here in the first.
Obviously, Zeile didn't like it, but it looked like a pretty good pitch. Like it got that inside corner, or close enough. It might have been an inch inside.
Here's Mark Whitten batting at .240. Outside corner for a strike. Good curveball. No balls and 2 strikes to Whitten.
Well, he saw Whitten chase that one. That was down low. I would think he might try something close to the same pitch. Hope he'll chase another one.
Beats the fastball foul. Dalton took it off his meat hand. No balls and 2 strikes.
That pitch was a ball high and outside. That may be a setup pitch.
Curveball struck him out. So 2 straight strikeouts with the bases loaded here. Ben now can see his way out of this inning. Brian Jordan will be the batter.
It was almost a perfect curveball. It was a little bit low, but close enough that you better not take it.
Brian Jordan batting at .196. He was up earlier with the Cardinals and sent down to Louisville. Called back up. Just missed with that curveball. Fastball fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Bases loaded with 2 outs. Line drive left field. Milt Thompson can't get it. Gilkey scores. Smith scores. Jeffries being waved around. Thompson's throw. He's out at home plate. But 2 runs come home on the hit by Jordan, and St. Louis leads it 2-1. Thompson throwing out Jeffries. Give Jordan a couple of runs batted in. Milt challenging the ball.
Yeah, he just couldn't reach it, and then it rolled away from him. 2 runs were going to score anyway, and that's the way Milt made a strong throw to Dalton, and Jeffries tried to knock the ball out. Didn't.
2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 1, 2-1 St. Louis.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons.
Cardinals 2 and the Phillies 1. Upcoming Phillies telecasts include tomorrow night's game on Sports Channel at 8:30 and Thursday afternoon's game right here on PHL 17 at 1:30. Mariano Duncan leads it off. Duncan hitting at .247, 1 ball and 1 strike to him. One and 2. Fouls a breaking ball out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball up the middle past Alicea into center field for a base hit. Philly's second hit off Arocha, and that'll bring up Mickey Morandini. Morandini hitting at .246.
Nice hitting by Duncan. He was behind in the count and took that slider up the middle. Morandini has to make this fella come up in the strike zone.
That was up too high. 1 ball and no strikes. Mickey's really had a good month, hitting over .300 in this month of June. One ball and 1 strike. Cardinals don't overshift Morandini to the opposite field the way most clubs do. Jordan is slightly shaded to left center, but not much. Fouls it out of play down the left field side. Quite a bit of room in the gaps. Mickey's tied for the league lead in triples with 6 of them. Fouls that one out of play. Still 1 and 2.
Yelke really plays Morandini shallow in left. Morandini ever hit a gap out there, he'd run a while.
Mariano Duncan, runner at first base. Nobody out here in the second. is called out on strikes. Pitch on the outside corner. That's one down. It'll bring on Ben Rivera.
That pitch isn't on the outside corner. Look where he caught that ball. You know, that's 6-8 inches outside. It's no wonder Morandini took it.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. There's Ben Rivera hitting at .091. He's up there to bunt. Ben has been proficient at moving runners up. He has 9 sacrifices. Gets the bunt off the plate, foul. No balls and 1 strike.
There'll be a bunt sign in there somewhere.
Gets the bunt down nicely. Arocha only one play. Throws it away. It goes down the right field line. Duncan will go to third.
Whoa.
Holding at first is Ben Rivera. So that'll be a sacrifice for Ben, his 10th. He's safe on the throwing error on Arocha.
Routine play by Arocha, but he slung it over Jeffrey's head. Jeffries is a short first baseman, but really shouldn't have to worry about a throw from the pitcher. Or that was Elisea covering, excuse me. He's also short. Whitten did a good job getting over there and keeping Rivera on first.
Brings on Lenny Dykstra. He singled and scored a run his first time up. Leads the league in runs scored with 68. High drive into deep right center field. Deep enough to score the run. Caught by Whitten. Tagging and waltzing home is Duncan, and this game is tied at 2-2. On a sacrifice fly by Dykstra. That'll bring up Milt Thompson with 2 outs and Rivera at first base. Milt walked his first time up. Curveball, misses with it.
They're going to get that pitch all night, it looks like. I guess both pitchers will get it. It's outside.
That's where Pappas sets up again. 2-1.
A couple earlier he didn't get. Now he's picked up a couple, so who knows what it's going to be called.
Setting up outside, as you see. Didn't get that one. 3-1. Line drive hit to right field. Rivera will hold at second base. So the Phillies with 2 men on base and 2 outs for John Kruk. Kruk grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. 2-2 ball game here in the second inning, and the Cardinals now are going to get bullpen activity. Left-hander Tom Urbani is going to start throwing. Missing with the breaking ball, 1-0. Fouls it out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Up and in with a slider. 2-1. Two to Kruk. Tucker's been in a little bit of a tailspin. 2 for his last 22.
That was a good changeup by Arosha. He down, low and away.
Mace hits center field. Will they try to score Rivera? No. Ben does not run all that well. In fact, I hope they didn't have a clock on him between second and third.
He didn't start either. There's 2 outs. You know, they know where to go but forward, but he went back towards second a step. I know that was the wrong direction. I think Boa, you know, might have sent him had he gotten a good break off second, because the ball wasn't hit hard. Didn't get to the outfielder that quickly. Joe Coleman Jr., the pitching coach, is headed out. And the Phillies have loaded him with 2 outs and a run in.
Dave Hollins will be the batter. He walked his first time up. Phillies have had the bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings. Luis Alicea is the interpreter for Arocha. He will stay in to pitch to Hollins. They'd rather have Hollins swinging left-handed than right anyhow. If he doesn't get Hollins out, then
Gonzo.
Yep. Bases loaded, 2 down. Smothers a foul down the first base side. No balls and a strike to Dave Hollins. Roach has already thrown 50 pitches here. We're in the second inning.
He's on a track for over 200 pitches at that rate.
He hits it deep and foul down the right field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now Hollins is going to have to watch that outside part of the plate, because some of them are a few inches off. They're getting, Arosha's getting the call. You don't want to take that pitch.
Beats the breaking ball, foul, still 1-2. Tied at 2 here in the second inning.
Coming inside.
Too far inside, 2-2.
It's a big pitch here for Arosha. He does not want to go 3-2. Get the runners moving. Be committed to the strike zone. Pappas gave him a late late signal there, and it looked like Hiroshi stepped off. He wasn't quite sure.
Struck him out to retire the side. Phil's got an unearned run, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 3 men left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's tied at 2.
In 2193, the world's...
will lead it off. Alicea hitting at 321. Switch hitter bats left against Rivera. He's been a tough out against the Phils. A lifetime of 338 hitter against Phillies pitching. Curveball for a strike. Outside corner for a strike, 0-2. This is a foul down the third base side. Still 0-2 to Luis Alicea. Phil's 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Cardinals 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Alicea's called out on strikes. Fastball on the inside corner. Third strikeout for Ben Rivera. 1 down here in the second. It'll bring up Eric Pappas.
Rivera hit Dalton's mid on every pitch to Alicea.
Well, big fireworks show, and the Phillies return to Veterans Stadium following the TKnight doubleheader Friday, which starts at 4:35, and then following the single game Saturday at 7:05. 2 spectacular fireworks shows by Jerome. Both nice compliments of Mellon PSFS. Order your tickets now by calling 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS, Broad and Chestnut Streets. Dude O'Dowd will take care of your needs. Tickets going fast for those 2 fireworks nights, Friday and Saturday. So order first thing tomorrow morning. 1-1 to Pappas. He's batting at .333. Non-roster invitee who won a spot on this ball club, and he's done a good job. Earlier this year, he had a 16-game hitting streak. Longest by a Cardinal catcher since 1975. And Ted Simmons hit in 19 straight games.
We saw Pappas in spring training. He hit a tremendous home run in St. Petersburg.
He pops that one up toward Mariano Duncan. Dunk puts it away for out number 2. Bring on the pitcher, Rene Arocha. Arocha has 1 hit and 22 at bats. Hitting .045. Bouncing ball to John Kruk, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Rivera. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. At the end of 2, we're tied 2-2. The 1963 St. Louis Cardinals accounted for the entire starting infield for the National League All-Stars. And you name those Cardinal infielders who started the '63 All-Star game. Darren Dalton leads it off. Dutch line to sacrifice fly to right, his first time up, knocking in his 60th run of the year. Tied at 2 here in the third. 1 strike to Dalton. Just inside, it's 1-1. Arocha in his first year of professional ball last year at Louisville was 12-7. He tied for the league lead in wins in the American Association. He's 3rd in the league in ERA with .270. Hit to center field fairly deep, but there's all kinds of room in this center field. Snared by Brian Jordan. 1 down.
Teresa Kiskovich from Wilkes-Barre here at the ball game.
Eisenreich grounded out his first time up. One strike to it. The inside corner at the knees. 2 quick strikes to Eisenreich.
2 good pitches. Outside corner, inside corner.
Fouls off the curveball. Still 0-2.
Got away with a pitch there at 2 strikes. Kind of a high curve.
Ball and 2 strikes to Eisenreich. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Alicea backhands. Pulls Jeffries off the bag. Eisenreich is safe at first base. That'll be an error on Alicea. And the Cardinals, who pride themselves in playing good defense, pick up their 3rd error of the ballgame.
Joe Torre said last night, though, that the Cardinals had not been playing good defense, even though they're winning all these games.
Brings on Mariano Duncan. He's singled and scored a run his first time up. Just a little bit low.
Rain clouds coming in here, I believe.
Wind's starting to kick up.
Can smell it.
Can smell it. I don't see too many clouds out there,
You
Whitey.
can smell the rain, Harry. It'll rain. Talking to an old farm boy.
Yeah, I know. How soon, Whitey?
Not right away. 10 o'clock it'll rain.
10 o'clock. All right. Better move this game along then to get the full 9 in by 10.
Doesn't look too ominous there, but those clouds have rain behind them.
1 ball and 1 strike. Two-2 game. We're in the 3rd inning. Chop foul past Larry Boa. Ball and 2 strikes to Mariano Duncan. Jim Eisenreich at first with 1 out.
Looks like he wants Duncan to pull the ball. Duncan does like the ball out away from him, especially with a runner on. He'll just go to the opposite field, and he does have that hole between first and second. But he's getting pitched inside.
A high chop to the Wizard. Only 1 play for Ozzie Smith. He throws out Duncan on the play. Eisenreich moves to second. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Mariano Duncan. Well, coming up this Sunday, the 4th of July, remember it's a night game against San Diego at 8:05, and all youngsters 14 and under get an official-looking Phillies batting helmet, red with a Phillies P on the front. Order your tickets at Veterans Stadium Ticket Office or by calling 463-1000. That's this Sunday against San Diego. Bear in mind an 8:05 night game. Morandini struck out his first time up. Again, that pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
Rivera in the on-deck circle. I wouldn't think they'd give Mickey much to swing at.
Bouncing up there, blocked nicely by Pappas. 1 ball and 1 strike. .300 this month. Has a 6-game hitting streak, hitting .409 in the last 6. Outside, 2-1. Ground ball to Jeffries. Jeffries to Arocha covering in time to get Morandini, and then he'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. We're tied at 2-2.
Your Hyundai dealer's celebrating because Hyundai sales are up more than Honda and Toyota. So right now, during the Hyundai Success Celebration, you can get up to $2,200 in factory savings. Buy an Excel for as low as $65.99 or an Elantra for as little as $73.99 after the factory savings. And every Hyundai comes with 2 years scheduled service at no charge. About all you pay for is gas. So join the Success Celebration at your Hyundai dealer today. Hurry into your nearest Hyundai dealer now. It's where cars make sense.
My wife asked me for a diamond, so naturally I went to True Value, where the guy got me the right brush, roller, all the right stuff. He even kidded me. Paint it and he will come, he said. Will he ever face a big league hitter? Who knows? But judging from the drool on his chin, I'd be waiting on the spitball.
The Phillies are making fireworks during the games, and we've got 2 spectacular fireworks shows after the San Diego games. Friday, July 2nd, when a doubleheader starts at 4:35, and Saturday, July 3rd at 7:05. Then all kids 14 and under get a free batting helmet when the series wraps up Sunday night, July 4th at 8:05. 2 fireworks spectaculars, free batting helmets, great baseball. Call 463-1000.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beer. Reminds you, friends know when to say when. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. Bottom of the 3rd, we're tied at 2-2. Bernard Gilkey will lead it off for St. Louis here in the 3rd. Our trivia question tonight: in 1963, the St. Louis Cardinals accounted for the entire starting infield for the National League All-Stars. Can you name those Cardinal infielders who started the 63 All-Star game?
Kenny Boyer.
Ken Boyer is one of them at 3rd base.
Bill White.
William Tacoma White at 1st base is correct.
How about that Dick Groat at short?
Dick Groat at shortstop is also correct.
Only leave Julian Javier.
Julian Javier is correct, the 2nd baseman. That's chopped softly to short. Duncan's going to have to hurry. Got him by a step, 1 down. I'll bring on Ozzie Smith.
Kenny Boyer passed away a few years ago. Dick Groat is in the Pittsburgh area. Javier is in the Dominican, I believe.
I think he is, yeah.
Bill White, of course, president of the National League.
That was the toughest pitcher for Julian Javier was? Hoey Hay.
Joey J.
Joey. Pitch inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Ozzie Smith. He singled his first time up and scored a run, 2-1.
You know that Joey J was the first Little League graduate to play in the major leagues.
Was he really?
Yep.
When did the Little League start? Didn't start in my youth, I know that.
Nor mine. Had to start in what, the 40s, 50s?
1 hopper to Morandini. For some reason, Ozzie Smith did not run that ball. 2 down.
He swung at ball 4. He's probably a little disgusted at that, but he broke his bat also.
Here's Greg Jeffries. He walked his first time up. Good curveball on the inside corner. 2-2 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Curveball grounded sharply for a base hit. Jeffries keeps the hitting streak going. He's hit safely now in 12 straight games. His career high is an 18-gamer last year at Kansas City. Brings on Todd Zeile. Fans are a little down on Zeile here. Zeile's home run production has progressively gotten worse with each year that he's played in the major leagues. He had 15 of them in 1970, or rather in 1990. The appeal going to Eric Gregg, who says he offered. He hit 11 in 91, 7 last year.
I think he's in the wrong slot. He's not a cleanup hitter. I don't know who they'd bat cleanup, but I don't think Zeile has the, you know, the power and knocks in the runs to be a cleanup hitter. Of course, he's been hitting cleanup in this lineup through this good streak they've had.
Jeffries has been the St. Louis Cardinals' leading base stealer with 19 of them. He's been thrown out 6 times. He's getting a pretty good lead at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ben does not have a good move to first.
He started and stopped, and that pitch is on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Zeile. Zeile has hit just 1 home run this year. He's knocked in 31.
He just can't get that big body around to throw to first in a hurry. He does get the ball to Dalton a little quicker than he used to. He's worked on that. Jeffries is ever going to steal, it should be here.
Ground ball in the hole. No throw anywhere. Single for Zeile. And the Cardinals have 2 men on base with 2 outs for Mark Whitten. Whitten struck out his first time up.
Just out of the reach of Hollins. Hollins has not had a play since he got into the lineup yesterday. He hasn't had a ground ball. He hasn't had a pop fly.
Rivera threw Whitten a lot of curveballs his first time up. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Curveball, fouled it off. Cardinals really, when you look at their lineup, do not have a 4-hole hitter. Jeffries a good 3-hole hitter, leads them in RBIs with 42. They had been using Ray Langford there, who has some sock.
Threw that fastball by Whitten, who was evidently looking for a curve. Might get his curve here. Nope.
Struck him out with a fastball to retire the side. Fourth strikeout for Rivera. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Chris Wheeler joins Rich Ashburn in the 4th. After 3, we're tied at 2-2.
Bud Light Spotlight is rolling back into Philadelphia, and that means you could be the star of a Bud Light commercial.
You guys leave me your commercial. I'm Hollywood material. Ain't that right, babe?
I love my Bud Light. I love it.
Bud Light. Bud Light.
Just look for the Bud Light Magic Truck and the Bud Light Film Crew.
What would I do to be in a Bud Light commercial?
And get ready to see your name in lights.
If you want a roomy, comfortable V6 powered family van, and you want a double bonus discount on your new van, then see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now during Ford Truck Month. With a double bonus discount and cash back, you can now save $2,900 on Aerostar. Plus, you get 7 passenger seating and more towing capacity than Dodge Caravan. Hurry, Ford Truck Month. Ends soon. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. That's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
Yeah, we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
Batting practice mesh jersey day. That's Sunday, July 11th, 1:35 game against the Giants. New item for all children 14 and under, a red mesh jersey. It looks like the Phillies batting practice jersey. Ben Rivera up there takes a ball. That's batting practice mesh jersey day, Sunday, July 11th against the Giants. A ball and a strike now to Rivera. Rivera, Dykstra, and Thompson to face Arroyo. Ball to Ozzie Smith. Kind of double clutched. He wanted Rivera to run that out. He wasn't going to let him stroll down there, I guess. Chris Wheeler with us in the 4th.
Yeah,
Wheels.
He looked up and saw Rivera not running at all, so he decided, I'm going to make him run at least 60 feet.
Dykstra the batter. Lenny is 1 for 1. He's knocked in a run and scored a run. Dykstra batting at 281.
Dykstra taking his time coming to home plate so Big Ben can sashay on back to the dugout on a really hot, humid night here in St. Louis, 91 degrees at game time.
Best way to get him some rest is score about 2 or 3 runs. That'll give him plenty of rest. And he's picking up his 1,000th base hit in the first inning. Ball 1 on Dykstra. Fouled out of play back of the Phillies dugout on the third base side. Good crowd here tonight in St. Louis. Great baseball city.
Yeah, they had 29 plus here last night. The rain kind of held it down, though, and a beautiful day here in St. Louis. And not much of a threat of rain tonight, so a lot more people are out here.
It's going to rain at 10, Wheels.
Is that right?
Ball and a strike on Dykstra. 2-1.
Where'd you get that forecast?
You smell it. You big city boys don't have a feel for these things.
You could smell the rain coming and tell how long.
Oh, sure, almost, yeah.
All right.
Ozzie got him by a step. 2 outs here in the 4th. The batter will be Milt Thompson, who has walked and singled.
That's a good play for Ozzie Smith now, because when he throws on the run, he get a little more momentum going towards first base. See that? He's always been a master at just flipping the ball over there on the run. His trouble now with the longer throws because he's had some shoulder problems the last few years. He's also grown that mustache this year. Makes him look a little older.
Milt 1 for 1, single and a walk, hitting .236. Good pitch. Called strike. Missed outside.
Rochas tried to sink his fastball out to the left-handed batters, used a curve and slider.
Fouled away. Rocha's thrown a lot of pitches, and he's been in a lot of trouble. Trouble in all the first 3 innings. Phillies loaded the bases twice. Fouled away again. We're 2-2, top of the 4th. Mills hitting out of that 2-hole tonight. He hasn't hit there much this season. Way high.
Well, it's Fergosi's attempt to try and get some more offense tonight, get as many left-handed hitters in the lineup as he can against a right-hander.
Right at Ozzie. He's going to make all 3 of them. And the Phillies go down in order. Cardinals batting in the home 4th. We're tied 2-2.
Many years ago, this was just another roadside motel.
12 cabins, 12 vacancies.
And Norman Bates was just another name.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
But Alfred Hitchcock changed all that. Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh star in the classic, the original, Psycho.
Thursday at 8 on PHL 17.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
It says New Jersey Belle on the front.
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell a genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine New Jersey Belle Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
The Today's Man semi-annual clearance continues, and the savings are even more spectacular. Like Pure Wool and Wool Blend suits, now $129, or 2 for an incredible $199. Pure Wool European designer suits, now just $159. Handsome Silk and Silk Blend sport coats, now only $79. Save on dress shirts, Pure Silk ties, dress slacks, sportswear, and thousands more items throughout every store. Today's Man semi-annual clearance, right now for a very limited time, so hurry.
Good evening. I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break in the American League tonight. 3 runs in the 4th inning for Kansas City. KC out in front of Texas in the 4th. It's 5-2 Seattle over Minnesota in the 6th. In the 6th, Milwaukee has a 1-run lead on Boston. 1-0 Baltimore out in front of Toronto in the 7th. New York leads Detroit 3-2 in the 7th. 6 runs in the 4th inning for Cleveland. It's an 8-2 final. Kenny Lofton with a grand slam home run, and California Oakland later on tonight. It's 2-2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Back to Wheels and Richie.
And we like to say that Robert Lichtner is our Bud Summer Bash winner tonight, Whitey.
Brian Jordan leads it off. He got the big 2-out, 2-run single in the 1st for the Cardinals. He's 1 for 1. Only hitting at .213, but he got a big one tonight. Fly ball, shallow center. Morandini back to make the play. And Jordan's out on 1 pitch. Elisea, the batter.
Ben Rivera found his curveball in the 1st inning with a 4th hitter of the game, Zeal, and since then he's pitched pretty well.
Phillies return this Friday, a twilighter against the Padres, starting at 4:35, to be followed by fireworks. Saturday, the Padres also. Sunday, Saturday night game, 7:05. Sunday, 8:05 game, a night game, and that's batting helmets day. The Dodgers come in, and then the Giants. Good homestand for the Phillies coming up. It's a ball on Elisea. Good pitch. Curveball, 1-1 to count. Elisea struck out his first time up.
Nice long homestand, then followed by a couple days of the All-Star break, so the Phils will be back in town for a while.
Chopped foul.
Everybody's looking forward to that because it's been kind of a 1 week on the road, 1 week at home schedule this year as you check out the Phillies bench there.
One down, bottom of the fourth. We're tied 2-2. Well, they say having a good year, hitting .319. Struck him out for the second time. That's the 5th strikeout for Jordan.
Rivera.
Or for Rivera. Who's Jordan, the batter, the previous batter, I guess.
You know, as I mentioned, White, he found his curveball in the first inning, and that, of course, has made his fastball real good because Ben has an above-average fastball. And when he has his curveball and it's in a hitter's mind that he can throw it for a strike, he starts picking up strikeouts the way he is now.
Eric Pappas, the batter, popped out his first time up. Change up a little high, ball 1 to Pappas. He's sitting at .330. Just missed again. 2-0 the count.
Pappas was a former #1 pick by the California Angels. But one time a very highly thought of player.
Ball 3. Doesn't want to walk Pappas. Pitcher coming up next. He'd like to get him out and then have the pitcher lead off the next inning. There's a strike.
Especially a pitcher like Arocha, who's not a very good offensive player at all.
Hit high in the air. Milt Thompson coming in. Milt has called Duncan off, and that'll retire the side as the Cardinals go down in order. At the end of 4, we're tied 2-2. Kruk, Hollins, and Dalton to face Arocha. Kruk is 1 for 2 with a single. John batting at .344. John has been scuffling for his base hits. He picked up 1 last night and 1 tonight. There's a strike outside corner.
They really play him to pull in the infield. Ozzie Smith, a shortstop, almost behind second.
Little looper, base hit. Kruk will get 2 out of this. And he will get a double.
Just talking about the way they play him to pull. Even Gilkey, the left fielder, was playing him over more than a lot of teams do. So he had a really long run for this ball. Curveball off the end of the bat by Kruk. Those are the kind of things that might get him going, just blooping one in. And Gilkey can't quite catch it. Then he tries to block it, and it scoots away from him.
Tries to smother it on that AstroTurf.
Yeah, because that ball had a chance to bounce over his head if he didn't do that.
Dave Hollins has walked and struck out. He'll try to move the runner. Missed on the first pitch. Ball 1 to Hollins. He's hitting at .282.
Notice though, Rocha really tries to stay away from left-handed hitters, especially in pull situations like this one where Hollins is trying to get a ball to the right side.
Whoa. Kruk didn't move off second. Phillies have not run the bases very well in this series.
No, they haven't run the bases, and they've done a poor job moving runners into scoring position and then getting them home since the Pittsburgh series. Kruk just didn't read that ball, that it was chopped high enough in the air for him to go to third, so he stayed at second.
It was way up there. I don't know why he didn't run. He evidently thought it wasn't up there high enough. Dalton the batter. Dutch is 0 for 1 officially. Sacrifice fly and hit deep to center. Here's a hot shot. Great play. Jeffries, the first baseman, isn't covering, or the pitcher isn't covering. Boy, Jeffries made a great play, but he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. That'll be a base hit for Dalton. Kruk gets to third on that one.
Rocha made an error early in the game there. He makes an error of judgment as this ball is ripped by Darren Dalton, and a great play by Jeffries. He's going to get Dalton in plenty of time, except as Whitey says, he has no one to throw the ball to. Now, Phillies need to take advantage of this.
The ball also took a bad hop.
They're going to
get
the
Jeffries.
They're going to get the bullpen up again too, Whitey. They had him up earlier.
Jim Eisenreich, the batter, has grounded out, reached base on an error. Officially 0 for 2. Les Lancaster,
former Cub, former Tiger,
orchestra leader. Infield back at double play depth. Phillies have a chance to score here. Outside, ball 1 to Eisenreich.
There he goes again. Almost every left-handed hitter, he pitches that sinker ball down and away, trying to get him to pull a ball and top it. Or else, in the case when there's a runner on second, he's trying to prevent him from pulling.
He'll get that one, even though it was an inch or two outside. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
A ball and a strike on Eisenreich. First and third, 1 down. Looper foul. Nobody will get this one. A ball and 2 strikes on Eisenreich. Eisenreich doesn't get fooled on many pitches because he's a hitter that waits on the ball and usually identifies it. He doesn't strike out that much. Low and outside.
4 straight pitches, all down and away from Eisenreich. And Eisenreich trying to be patient and not pull that ball and hit it to the second baseman into a double play.
Count is 2-2. Full count. High and outside.
As you said, Whitey, he doesn't strike out much. I think you'll see Jim Fregosi will run Dalton in this situation as you look at Duncan on deck. And if Eisenreich would hit a ground ball, they could stay out of a double play and get a run out of it.
Big pitch. Fouled off. Dalton was going. Eisenreich had a good pitch to hit. That pitch was up. Dutch has stolen 3 bases. He's not a sure out, even if you get a strikeout.
And Pappas, the catcher, has to make sure he looks the runner back at third.
Ball is hit well into the gap in left center. That's in there. Extra base hit. 1 run scores. Dalton's going to come around. He's going to score. Eisenreich going for 3. He is safe with a triple. And the Phillies lead it 4-2 on a Jim Eisenreich triple into left center field.
Oh, what a clutch player Eisenreich is. See, he had such a good at bat there, staying away from Arocha's pitch, and now he finally gets something he can handle down and away from him. Jordan can't get to it. The Cardinals don't handle this ball very well off the wall. Watch what happens. Jordan gets in too close. That allows Dalton to score and Eisenreich to get a triple out of what should have been a double.
That's going to be all for Arocha as Les Lancaster comes in. .98 pitches for Arocha. That's a lot. A pitching change for the Cardinals. Phillies lead at 4-2. We'll be back in a moment.
You can't stop.
If you've got a group of 25 or more, we'll give you a great time at a Phillies game. For all the details about a special package for your group at a Phillies game, call 463-5000.
Right-hander Les Lancaster, the new pitcher, he's done a good job for St. Louis. 3 wins, no losses. 3.24 ERA. This will be his 35th game, all out of the bullpen.
Lancaster's a guy who, when he was with the Cubs, was an all-purpose player. He started a lot of games. He would come out of the bullpen, but then they moved him over to Detroit, and he was just awful last year in the American League. He's come back here and pitched better this year. The Cardinals took a chance on him, and he's helped them in their bullpen.
Mariano Duncan, the batter, and the Cardinals will bring their infield in tight on Mariano. Mariano was 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Phil's lead at 4-2, trying to get some more here in the top of the 5th. Lancaster has come up with a new pitch since we saw him in Chicago, and it's a split finger. See what he throws Duncan here. Look out. Brushed him back. Ball 1 to the dunk.
He'll do what he can to get a strikeout in this situation. The Phillies really want to chase this run home from third base that they have out there in the person of Eisenreich, because we mentioned they have had a lot of trouble getting runners home in this road trip.
Popped up, not too deep. I think deep, maybe deep enough to score. We'll see. Eisenreich tags. He's going. Gilkey's throw. Whoa! Out by a mile. Whoa! What a throw by Gilkey. They have some arms in that outfield, and that'll retire the side. But the Phillies get 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left on. Cardinals batting in the home 5th. Phil's lead 4-2.
These 2 cars look alike because they were built just seconds apart at the same assembly plant. The new Geo Prism starts at $99.95, and the Toyota Corolla is about $1,100 more. Prism comes with a driver's side airbag and a 16-valve engine. The Toyota comes with a larger price tag. Prism has a 3-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Toyota wants $1,100 more. It's your choice, America. It's your money. Your local Chevy Geo dealers think the choice is obvious.
David Hepworth exported baseball jerseys exclusively to Mexico, but now the game and his jerseys are catching on in Russia. Fortunately, AT&T's favorite nation options save him money on the 2 countries he calls most automatically, like Mexico and Russia, or wherever baseball catches on next. Favorite nation options only from AT&T. Far and away the best in the business.
Today, 2 airlines share one vision: to join the world together as never before. Announcing the global alliance of U.S. Air and British Airways.
PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light. Head for the mountains of Bush. Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide Insurance agent in Grayville is Peggy Smith. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Hyundai, cars that make sense.
Bernard Gilkey leads the Cardinals in assists. He's very shallow on this. He circled under it, came forward, perfect throwing position, and he gets Eisenreich easily. I mean, he had very little distance to throw that ball, and he made a fine play. That's now 8 for him as Eisenreich's out easily. He not only leads the Cardinal in assists, but he's now tied for the league lead with Sammy Sosa, the Cubs, with 8.
Rod Brewer is in here to pinch hit for Lancaster. Brewer hitting at .234. Strike 1 on Brewer. He's kind of a part-time player and a pinch hitter.
Tom Urbani, the left-hander, warming up. He'll be coming into the game, it would appear.
Good curveball by Ben. Strike 2. Brewer, Gilkey, and Smith to face Rivera.
That was Urbani, who the Phillies saw a little bit in spring training this year.
He's the guy who was in the middle of that fight, I think. Ball hit well to the gap in right center field. 1 bounce, ground rule double. Ben had him buried in the count 0-2 and got that fastball up and out over the plate. So Brewer with a pinch hit double.
Yeah, he does. He has him absolutely buried, and they're playing him the other way. So he throws a fastball out over the plate that he pulls, and Dykstra has no chance to get there, and the ball bounces into the crowd.
Brewer on second, nobody out for Gilkey, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Cardinals just keep coming at you. Faked a bunt. Pitch is called a ball.
Aaron Dalton thought that was a strike and turned around and said something to Tate. He knew he didn't bunt at it, but he thought it should have been a called strike.
Sometimes a catcher gets up and blocks the umpire Dutch got up to fire out to get a bunt. Foul back. A ball and a strike on Gilkey. He's hitting .311. Another good ball game with the Cardinals. Almost every time these two teams play, Joe Torre looking on. Every time they play, it's a close game. Phillies have won 3 out of 4 they've played this year. Gilkey holds his swing. Appeal to first base. No swing. 2-1 the count. Rivera's been in some trouble in this game. A lot of trouble in the first inning when the Cardinals scored their 2. Almost got out of it, though. Just inside. Doesn't want to walk Gilkey.
No, because then Ozzie Smith can bunt the runners over, and then you come up with Jeffries, who's the best hitter on their ball, or Jeffries, who's the best hitter on their ball club.
And best RBI man. Well, they got a ground ball to Duncan. Couldn't have asked for much more than that. That's 1 out as Brewer holds second.
Right, because they were able to not only get the out, but prevent the runner from advancing to third base where a fly ball would get him home.
That's not like the Cardinals. They
Nope.
They usually move their runner.
That's why Gilkey was up there, thinking about bunting early in the count. He might have thought that was his best chance to get the runner over.
Ozzie Smith 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Ball 1.
Torre and Fregosi are very similar, and during a game they don't show a whole lot of emotion. And players see that. Players don't like to see their managers stomping around in there when things go wrong.
Alice Green will show some emotion. Missed with a curveball. Ball 2 to Ozzie.
Sonny Dykstra's going to move over now because Ozzie will pull a ball when he gets ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss.
See what a different hitter he is when he's ahead in the count and behind in the count. Behind in the count, he just tries to slap it. Ahead in the count, the way he was right there, he tried to yank a ball. Lenny has just moved back a little bit towards left center.
Here's a good pitch by Rivera outside corner. Evens up at 2-2 on Ozzie Smith. Milt Thompson is really shallow in left.
Well, he's seen Ozzie's act enough here in this ballpark as a teammate.
Full count. Jeffries, the on-deck batter. Brewers on second, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Phil's lead at 4-2. Walked him. Didn't want to do that. Second walk given up by Rivera.
Johnny Padres looking on this hot night. He really likes Ben Rivera a lot, and they work closely together. And as Whitey said, that's the guy you don't want to walk in that situation, Ozzie Smith, because Jeffries is extra base potential every time he's up there.
Dalton through with his talk with Ben.
See, Kruk is backing up. He'll definitely play off Ozzie Smith in the situation. They're not worried about the double play here as much as they want to take the hole away from Jeffries at first.
Jeffries has walked and singled, hitting at .332, and the Phillies bullpen is starting to work.
Mauser and Davis.
Right down Broadway. Strike 1 on Jeffries.
Obviously, he was not thinking first ball, fastball, thank goodness.
Once in a while, he'll chase out of the strike zone.
You got to get ahead of him, though.
He's an anxious hitter. Most good hitters are anxious. Just missed. Ball and a strike on Jeffries. Infield at double play depth. High bouncer. Gonna have to hustle. Got him. Woo, close play. Nice play by Mariano Duncan to get Jeffries. The runners move up.
Phillies have had trouble with their shortstop play this year. That's a big league play by Duncan. He has to charge it and get it just before it hits the turf and throw out a guy who can run in Greg Jeffries.
Got a big out there, did Dunk. Just got him. Todd Zeile, the batter. Zeile has struck out and singled, had an infield single, 2 on and 2 outs. Cardinals have the tying runs on here. Phillies lead at 4-2, bottom of the 5th. Looks like Ben will work out of the windup. Ball 1 to Zeile. Zeile hitting .246. Just with a curveball, 2-0. There is a base open, but I don't think he wants to pitch around Zeile.
No, he has Witten on deck, who he struck out twice, but you think he'd want to go after the right-handed batter here. There's Witten, a switch hitter. Now he has to be a little careful, though.
Got the outside corner.
That's a perfect pitch. It was a fastball in the outside corner, and not much Zeile could do with that.
2-1 on Zeile. Missed outside there. 3-1 the count. Sometimes you have to say here, hit it, challenge it. You know, you don't have to make a perfect pitch on every hitter. Sometimes they pop them up. Hit. That ball is out of here. Whoa! 3-run homer by Todd Zeile, only his 2nd homer of the year. Cardinals go ahead 5-4. Unbelievable. He hit a ball. That ball was up. Fastball. He tomahawked it.
Well, he got in trouble by getting behind Zeile and then tried to get him out with a fastball. He's a high ball hitter and not a power hitter, that's for sure this year. High ball up where he likes it. That's a good pitch for Todd Zeile to drive, and he hit it out of the ballpark. So he challenged him and got hurt.
Witten, the batter. Ball 1 to Witten. He has been up twice, struck out twice. They've been booing Zeile here. Now they're trying to get him to come out for a bow, which he did. Orandini, good play. Now to retire the side, but a damage. 3 runs, 2 hits, nobody left on at the end of 5 full innings. Cardinals lead 5-4. August 6th at 6 o'clock. Left-hander Tom Urbani into the ball game. Urbani, no wins, no losses, a high ERA. Here's a base hit for Mickey Morandini.
And Ruben Amaro is going to come out, or he was in the on-deck circle to bat for Rivera. And now Incaviglia might be coming out. Yeah, there's Pete Incaviglia grabbing a bat and helmet.
Morandini shot a single into center field on Urbani's first pitch.
And as a pinch hitter with 2 runs batted in.
Pete hitting at .280. Cardinals lead it 5-4 here in the top of the 6th. Fouled out of play. Strike one on Incaviglia. Left-hander Tom Urbani was in that Phillies Cardinals brawl in St. Petersburg this spring. Missed inside, 1-1 to count.
He's the guy that hit Jordan in the leg that finally got something that had been simmering all afternoon going. Phillies are going to bring in Mark Davis as their next pitcher. He's heating up in the bullpen. There's Mark.
Morandini at first, nobody out. Inside again. They're trying to pitch Pete inside hard.
Yeah, well, they saw what happens when he gets his arms out like last night. So they're trying to jam him.
Wind's really picking up here. Token throw to first. Chopped off Incaviglia's foot. 2-2 the count. Those foul balls on your feet can fell even big men. Captain Queeg.
Also known as Wes Chamberlain, who's close to coming back. I think he can come off the disabled list on Friday if he's ready. There's Jordan. We're just talking about him. Tommy Green. They're giving Incaviglia some more time as we see Jim Eisen right there in the Phil's bench. Incaviglia really slow to get back in the box.
2-2 the count to Incaviglia. Morandini's at first. Nobody out. Cardinals lead it 5-4. Just missed inside. Full count to Pete. Do you send Morandini?
Well,
he's stolen 9 bases. He hasn't been caught.
The problem is Incaviglia might swing through a pitch. Oh, against a left-handed pitcher, I think he'll send him.
There he goes. He had a good jump. Pitch fouled off. I think he had an excellent jump. Omar Olivares warming up for the Cardinals. Big crowd, almost 40,000 here tonight. Full count to Incaviglia. Pete wants to be sure and get a strike. Morandini back in plenty of time.
Urbani now aware that Morandini's going to run probably after he took off on that pitch. But the base runner in this situation, it's not a jump he has to get. He has to make sure the ball's delivered to home plate and not get picked off.
That's a called third strike. Dropped the ball at second. Elisea, they'd have had him if he'd have held on to the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Incaviglia took a pitch right down the pipe.
Yeah, this is what the Phillies did not want, would it be a strikeout double play. Morandini knows he's in trouble here, and Elisea just doesn't handle the ball, or he's a dead duck at second. Here's the pitch to Incaviglia, fastball right there. And right there is when Morandini knows he's in trouble.
No stolen base.
They gave him an error, Elisea.
That's the 4th Cardinal error. Morandini at second, 1 down for Dykstra.
4th Cardinal error, and they're leading.
Lenny is officially 1 for 2. Run scored, run batted in. Strike 1 on Dykstra. They better watch Morandini. Even though Dykstra is hitting left-handed and the catcher gets a clear shot at third, Morandini will steal if you just ignore him. Low drop by Alicea. Safe. Boy, Alicea has had a tough night. Runners first and third, one down. That ball should have been caught, and then after he dropped it, he didn't pick it up and throw it.
And if he had, Whitey, Jeffries wasn't there either. That was a strange play. Jeffries is way off the bag. Now he drops it. Now whether we're going to see Jeffries. See, he takes a look at third for some reason. Now Jeffries, see, he still wasn't back. Even if he had looked right to first and thrown to Jeffries, they weren't going to get Dykstra.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's another error. That's 5 errors. Runners first and third, one out for Milt Thompson. 5 Cardinal errors. Ball 1 to Milt. Thompson's 1 for 2 with a single. He's walked, singled, and grounded out. Infield is at double play depth. Milt wants to make some kind of contact here. Ball 2. Truck waits on deck.
He's trying to get ahead of him with breaking balls, and now Thompson's in a situation where he might get a fastball to hit. Maybe a pitch he could drive.
It's a goofy game tonight. Ball 3.
Another breaking ball. 3 straight sliders. There's Kruk on deck.
I guess they'll leave Urbani in for Kruk.
There's Coleman not happy. Pitching coach.
They changed that and gave Linney a base hit on that. There's ball 4. 4 straight pitches, none of them close to the strike zone. They're going to give Linney a base hit on that ball, so take away an error, and the Cardinals have only made 4. Joe Coleman Jr., the pitching coach, wants to talk to Urbani. John Kruk in a pretty good spot to do some damage. John's 2 for 3 with a single and a double and a run scored.
Have Olivares, the right-hander, up this game 5-4, as they have scored all their runs tonight with 2 outs on a 2-run bases loaded double and a 2-out 3-run home run by Zeal. And they are a very hot team. When you're as hot as they are, you get a lot of 2-out runs. The Phillies know that because they've done a lot of that this year.
Kruk is hitting at .347 as he steps in. Bases loaded, 1 out. Morandini, Dykstra, and Thompson. 3 good base runners on there for John Kruk. Way outside, ball 1. 5 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Tom Urbani. Outside again. Missed with a slider. So 6 straight out of the zone.
Phillies really need a good at-bat out of Kruk, who's been struggling. They need their big guys to start producing in these situations. They'll start winning again.
High, ball 3. That's 7 straight.
Harry Boa going through the signs at third.
He's got to take a pitch.
I would think so. I would think, since he hasn't been swinging the bat well, that they got to put a take on here.
Ball 3, bases loaded, 1 down. Lost him. Unbelievable. 2 batters in a row without throwing a strike, and this game is tied up at 5-5. Give Kruk a run batted in.
Now Torre will come out and bring in Olivares because they want to turn Hollins around left-handed.
Morandini scores the tying run. Joe Torre has waved to the bullpen. Right-hander Omar Olivares. Not a good outing for Urbani. He did get 1 out. Truck in, Cavilla out. Pitching change for the Cardinals. We're tied 5-5. We'll be back in a moment. Hollins on the night has walked, struck out, grounded out.
Playing Hollins to pull. He has a huge alley in left center field.
Takes high, ball one.
And nobody up in the bullpen with Dalton on deck.
Infield back. There's a strike. Ball and a strike to Hollins. Olivares has a pretty good fastball. Throws a slider.
Good sinker ball is what he's really lived on in this league.
Look out. 2-1 the count. I don't think Hollins has been hit by a pitch this year, has he? One.
At least one. Yeah, you're right, though. But I mean, I know what your point is, because last year, what was it, like 19, something like that?
That last pitch last year, he would have taken that right on the leg. Joe Torre wondering. Ball three. 3-1 to Hollins. This guy has good control. Hollins will look for something that he can drive. Full count. Dave was on top of that pitch somehow. This is a big pitch in this ball game, sports fans. Chop foul. Had a good pitch to hit. Hollins looking for his first base hit. It's coming back.
It's a good base runner there. Dykstra at third, Thompson at second, John Kruk over at first in a 5-5 game.
Dalton on deck. Fouled off, out of play. Think he's getting a beat on it, Wheels?
It's hard to tell right now. You know, when a guy's been out as long as he is, you know, you just don't know what kind of timing he has right now.
He's really had 3 pretty good pitches to hit on this full count. He'll battle. Hit hard, base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to hold Thompson at third, but Dave Hollins puts the Phillies ahead with a single to right field. Phil's lead it 6-5, bases still loaded, 1 out for Dalton.
As you said, Whitey, he will battle. That's one thing about Dave Hollins. You know, that's why they're so happy to have him back. I mean, he may not produce all the time, but you know, he really battles pitchers up there. Lenny Dykstra having a good night in the dugout.
That's Dave's 48th RBI, and Dalton's up there 1 for 2 officially with a single, a run scored, and a run batted in. Bases loaded, 1 out. Phil's lead at 6-5 with a chance to get some more.
Has 1 lifetime home run off Olivares and 2 RBIs.
Infield still back at double play depth. Thompson, Kruk, and Hollins the base runners.
There's Ben Rivera, who now could win this ball game.
That ball is hit deep to center field. Long way out there. Caught by Jordan. A run will score easily. Phillies lead at 7-5. Boy, Dutch just missed that one. I don't think he really missed it. He just hitting into the Bermuda Triangle out there.
Yeah, there's Thompson scoring a run. I think he just got under it a little bit. And as you said, well, that's a long way out to dead center in this ballpark. Although it's shorter than it used to be. Olivares tried to sink one to Dalton, and Dalton's a good low ball hitter, and he went down and got it. And got under it a little.
He got that on the little bit on the end of the bat, too, but it still was a long ride. Here's Eisenreich. 2 outs, runners first and third. Kruk moved to third on that long fly ball. Ball 1 to Eisenreich. Eisenreich is 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs batted in. This is the 8th Phillies batter to come to bat here. Phillies have taken a 7-5 lead, still trying to score some more. Line left field. Gilkey can't get it. Base hit. 1 run scores. The ball gets away from Zeal, but backed up there by Olivares. Eisenreich might get a double in that. Whatever, he gets a base hit, and the Phillies lead it 8-5. Eisenreich has 3 RBIs.
Tim Eisenreich, it's just such a good player. Olivares goes away from him, and he hits his little looper to left, and it'll be a double for Eisenreich, who now has a double and a triple in this ball game.
And 3 runs batted in.
Phillies, after giving up the 3-run home run to Zeal, as that ball bounced away, give the 3-run home run up to Zeal, and they come right back and get 4.
Second, third, 2 outs. Duncan the batter. Ball 1 to Dunk.
You have to give him credit for a little heart in this inning, because that could have taken the starch out of you, that home run by Zeal.
Duncan's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Phil's lead at 8-5 here in the top of the 6th. Hollins and Eisenreich, the runners. Looper, center field, dropping quickly, base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Duncan, a Texas League 2-run single. Phillies lead it 10-5. That's their 6th run in this inning. And still batting.
Well, they've been due for one of these. You know, they've been in such an offensive funk, and it hasn't been pretty this inning, but they batted around and scored 6 runs. And that's a really big hit that Duncan just got there. A little jammer into center field.
Wow. 6 runs in. Phil's lead at 10-5. Mickey Morandini, who started this inning with a single, is the batter. Mickey's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Duncan gets back.
4 of those runs charged to Urbani, and they're all earned. You know, if Alicea catches that ball at second base and that strikeout double play, whole different inning.
Ball 1 to Morandini. Mickey's hitting at .247.
There's Urbani, who has the 4 earned runs tacked onto him.
Morandini's the 10th batter in this 6th inning. Yeah, those 4 errors, the errors finally hurt St. Louis.
Right.
Ball 2 to Morandini. Ian Cavilla, who made the first out in this inning, is the on-deck hitter. He might get a chance to hit again.
Long way to go now. The Phillies turn it over to the bullpen. Mark Davis is going to be the pitcher in the 6th inning after Rivera's gone after 5 tonight.
2-0 pitch. Fly ball left. Gilkey should get this easily enough. And he does, and that'll retire the side, but the Phillies score 6 runs on 4 hits and leave. There was an error, and they leave 1 man on base. Cardinals batting in the home 6. Phillies lead at 10-5. Jordan has a hit in 2 times at bat. He's knocked in 2 runs.
Biggest part of the ball game for the Phillies right now, they have to have a pitcher come in here and shut St. Louis down. Because if the Cardinals start scoring some runs, getting some people on base, and all of a sudden they start to get interested real fast.
Yeah, they're not going to stop playing. Pop foul out of play. A ball and a strike on Jordan. Jordan hitting at .208.
One of the biggest things you can do for a momentum change is when you have a big inning is to just put the opposition down in the bottom of that inning, or their next at bat. If you don't, then you have momentum switch a lot of times.
Davis has a win and 2 losses. ERA of 3.81, his 23rd ball game. Good curveball. A ball and 2 strikes on Jordan. I think the Cardinals a little stunned by that particular inning.
Right, that's why you have to get them out here.
Fouled away.
And Rivera and Kurt Schilling talking down in the dugout, as Rivera is now the pitcher of record on the plus side.
Well, if the Phillies go on and win this, that's good for Ben. Sometimes you need a break. Pitched a pretty good ball game outside of 1 pitch to Zeal. It's 2-2 now on Jordan. He's not, I don't think, all that happy about his game.
There's Zeal and Joe McGrain on the bench for the Cardinals. Cormier.
Jordan gets his first chance. Got him. Or why do I keep calling him Jordan? Dave Hollins, his friends call him Jordan.
His friends call him Head. You're right, a first chance for him since he's been back in 2 ball games. A little bit of a high throw. Puck staying on the bag, 1 away.
Jordan was the hitter. That's pretty good when you can hit him and field him. 1 out. Elisea, the batter's been up twice, struck out twice, takes a strike. Elisea hitting at .316. This little guy has really hit the Phillies well. 1-1 the count. Phils lead at 10-5. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Good pitch.
Just had some boos as he came up because he had kind of a shaky defensive inning.
A ball and 2 strikes to Elisea. Way high. 2-2 the count.
Joe Torre doesn't have anybody up in the bullpen. Olivares is due to bat 4th in the inning, but he's a very good hitting pitcher.
Foul. Bucky Dent hit that big home run in Fenway Park. They'll never forget that one.
Off Mike Torres.
High. Full count. I think Davis gets his curveball over better than he gets his fastball over.
Well, you just have to stay after these hitters and don't walk people. If the Cardinals are going to beat you, make them beat you by hitting the baseball.
Fair ball. Got to hurry. Got him. Oh, nice play.
That's a good play, is right.
By Hollins.
That ball went down, too. It hit something out there and goes down on Hollins, and then he makes a strong throw. Let's see what it does. Right? It hit the cutout. Look at it go down. And he has to react to it immediately, get the glove down to the ground. Strong throw to first. Got a guy who can run a little bit, too. Right there, it hit the chalk line and went straight down.
Just got him. Eric Pappas, the catcher, is 0 for 2. That curveball.
Phillies aren't happy to have Dave Hollins back.
Got a big hit in that top of this inning, too.
What a good player he is.
2 strikes on Pappas.
He helps the intensity level in the clubhouse. Well, the Phillies have a lot of loud, raucous guys in there. Hollins is quiet, but has a great way about him that the veteran players really respect.
You want to name those loud, raucous guys?
I think it's pretty obvious.
A ball and 2 strikes on Pappas. I mean, one of them might want to pinch your head off.
Well, they know they're loud and raucous. They like that. They revel in that.
Fouled off.
He's not one of them.
No, not Ricky.
That's the ultimate gentleman right there.
Nor is he one of them.
Well, Kim Batiste, what a good job he did filling in for Hollins.
We're going right on down the line. It's not Ruben either.
Don't start, you know.
Base hit for Pappas. Good piece of hitting there by Pappas, taking Davis to the opposite field.
And Olivares will bat. As we mentioned, he can swing the bat, too. So they're not going to use a pinch hitter up here and another pitcher when they can let Olivares bat.
He's hitting .214. Is Olivares.
Crowd's booing, but really this is not a bad move by Joe Torre because he doesn't want to use Perez here. He used Murphy last night. Might have to use him after a while. And then the other pitcher he has available is Lee Smith.
Still 2 games left in this series also. 2 games and the weather's going to be hot.
Hot, hot, and hotter.
Supposed to get 95 for that day game on Thursday. Olivares takes a strike.
Olivares coming into the season, Whitey, a .225 lifetime hitter with a couple of home runs. Last home run he hit was off Tim Belcher, no less.
Strike one on Olivares. Strike two. Tried to hold his swing on a low curve. 0-2 the count. He's a good athlete. He's an excellent fielder also, Olivares. Pappas on first, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Phillies lead at 10-5. Fouled off. Count stays at 2 strikes. And a pretty good cut at that low curve.
He's throwing him all breaking balls, knowing Olivares is a good hitting pitcher, and he's making him hit the curveball right now.
Phillies 10 runs on 12 hits. Cardinals 5 runs on 8 hits and 4 errors. Struck him out. That'll retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left on. Eric Callis joins Wheels here for the action in the 7th. After 6 full, Phillies lead at 10-5.
Tomorrow at 8, Darien travels back to 1993 to track down the diabolical Dr. Zombie on time tracks, only on PHL 17. Harry the K joins us for play-by-play here in the 7th.
All right, thank you, Wheels. And Mark Davis will bat for himself. Davis is a lifetime 152 hitter. Has hit 1 career home run and knocked in 9. And Olivares falls behind him 2-0. Phillies 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Cardinals 5 runs, 8 hits, and 4 errors. 2 balls and a strike. Balls and 2 strikes to Mark Davis. Ooh. Shot right back through the middle. A base hit for Davis, and he ripped it.
Mark's always been a guy who liked to hit. When he was a young kid with the Phillies, he really enjoyed swinging the bat. And he scorches this ball right back at Olivares. Oh, it almost got him.
Yeah.
A low sinker ball, and he hit it right past his head. Yeah, she didn't want to look at that either. I don't blame her. Ooh.
Right there at the Phillies bullpen. Mitch Williams, David West. Lenny Dykstra has a couple of hits tonight, along with a sacrifice fly. He has scored 2 runs, leads the league in runs scored. Now has 1,001 hits in his career. And there's another hit for the dude. Davis will hold on at second, respecting the gun of Whitten. Dykstra with his 3rd hit. Phillies have 10 runs. And the fact that Dykstra has 3 hits, Kruk has 2 and a walk, Dalton has 1 and 2 sac flies, as we talked at the top, certainly adds up to run production.
And all of a sudden, some things, you know, are good are happening to him, like Alisea dropping that throw at second after Incaviglia struck out, and then the gates open a little bit, and everybody's a little more relaxed, and the base hit started to drop a little easier.
Here's Milt Thompson. He's 1 for 2 with a couple of walks. And he smokes it just fair down the left field line all the way to the corner. Davis scores. Here comes Dykstra. He's being waved around. He's saved. A 2-run double for Thompson, and the Phillies now lead it 12-5.
Well, this ball club is so capable of this, as people have seen all year, and they've just been scuffling to score runs. And you know, they still have to get the Cardinals out 3 more times, but all of a sudden everything they hit now seems to be dropping in. Thompson with a line drive base hit to left field, and it goes for extra bases into the corner. There's another guy, Harry, who's chipped in tonight and done a good job.
Here's John Kruk. He's 2 out of 3 with a walk. He has knocked in a run and scored 2.
What's the most amazing about what's happened, as far as I'm concerned,
called a balk
on Olivares, is the way the Phillies have come back after that home run by Zeal. The balk was called by the second base umpire, I think. I guess they said that Olivares separated his hands while still on the rubber.
Yeah, at this point.
Really?
That's Jeff Kellogg, the rookie umpire. If indeed he was the one that called it. Kruk a line drive right at Alicea. Kruk's retired for out number 1.
They're all over Alicea here tonight.
Yeah, you know, he's had a good year for them. Alicea hitting .321 coming into the game. He has made a couple of errors tonight, but this is the first time we have seen him in a game against the Phillies where he has not hurt the Phillies, usually with his bat.
It's not over yet. You're right. He kills the Phillies.
12-5.
With extra base hits. Dave Hollins had a great at bat his last time up.
Yeah, I think that hit was really a big hit for him. He did not get a hit last night in his first game back. He had struck out and topped out in front of the plate tonight, and with a bases loaded single that he got, that was good for his psyche too.
Yeah, and that basically got the Phillies on their way to opening up a pretty big lead that they have now. Key hit, and he fouled off a number of pitches before he got that hit.
Nobody's happier than his teammates that he did get that hit with the bases loaded in that situation.
Loosened everybody up after that.
If it would have been a swing and a miss, don't get near him.
Yeah, stay out of that tunnel.
1 ball and 1 strike to Hollins. Inside, it's 2-1. For cover, boys. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, where's that rain?
Nebraska sense of smell.
Yeah. 10:01. It's a minute late, that rain. He told you that too, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He pronounced that at
there he
a
is.
little after 8.
He knows we're talking about him now.
Hollins walks.
You see the umbrellas going up in the stands?
Yeah. People are really fleeing for their cars and for shelter here.
Yeah.
He's taking cover.
He says it's raining in Ladue, which is just west of here.
Darren Dalton takes one on the inside corner. Dutches hit a sacrifice fly, flied out, singled, and hit a sacrifice fly. Chance for another RBI here. Dalton now has 61 for the year. Depending what Bonds does, he could be second. Just a good change up, nothing in 2.
Matt Williams on the disabled list now with abdominal problems as Perez starts to loosen up. Matt Williams had been pretty far out in front there for a little while, but now he's gone for a couple of weeks.
Williams has 64. Bonds had 60 coming into play tonight. One ball and 2 strikes. Dalton now has 61. Bonds could have a couple. The Giants lead the Dodgers 2-0. So it could be Bonds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He didn't have any last night. Giants got shut out by those Dodgers last night.
Got beat with a 2-out grand slam home run in the 9th inning.
Dave Hansen. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Darren Dalton. Strikes on a slider on the inside corner. He thought it was inside, but he is rung up. Has a word for Terry Tatum. Out number 2. Here it is.
Yeah, it's a 3-2 breaking ball. I don't know.
That's a little inside. Here's Jim Eisenreich. He's had a big night. Has grounded out, lived on an air, tripled and doubled, and knocked in 3. balls and a strike to Eisenreich. Ground ball shortstop Ozzie Smith to Alicea for the force on Hollins, and that will retire the side. Phillies in the 7th inning scored 2 in the inning. They do it with 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom half of the 7th, stretch time at Busch Stadium. Phils lead 12-5. Playing third base for the Phils, replacing Dave Hollins. Phils lead at 12-5. Missing 2-0. Mark Davis in his 2nd inning in relief of Ben Rivera.
Koki doing a good job of just what he should do in this situation, and that's make Davis throw a strike, get on base if he can.
Walked him on 4 pitches.
Well, here's a summary of the ball game. You see the top 3 hitters in the Phillies lineup tonight: Dykstra, Thompson, and Kruk. What they've done: 7 for 11, 3 walks. They've scored 6 runs. Phillies with a big bat around in the 6th inning when they scored 6 times, and the Cardinals have helped them along with 4 errors. And there's your line score.
Here's Ozzie Smith. He's single grounded out and walked. He has scored 2 runs. 5 straight pitches out of the strike zone, and now Darren Dalton will go out and talk to Mark Davis with a 7-run lead here. Don't want to be putting men on with walks, and Mark Davis knows that. Jim Fregosi would like to, in this game, use Davis probably for 4 innings to finish up the game. But if he walks people, he won't be able to. Pitched Jose De Leon an inning last night, and David West an inning. 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone.
And De Leon's going to pitch on Friday night as a starter. There's the bullpen.
Got that one over. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Ozzie Smith. Smothers a foul past Bucky Dent. 2-2. Good play by Todd Pratt. Showing a little more hustle than that Irish Mike Ryan at this stage of the game.
A lot younger.
But he does once again lead the Phillies in tan. There he is.
That's excellent.
Running his consecutive streak of leading the club with suntan to, how long has he been with the club?
That's how many years he's led it.
20-some years. Tim McCarver took a run at him 1 year, but it was really not.
No,
it was pretty well over by June.
It was over, and Timmy did a lot of peeling and burning that year. Just wasn't
Fever
the same as
blisters on his lips.
Yeah, he hurt all over.
Walked him. 2 straight walks.
Well,
that's up by Mark Davis, and that's got to drive a pitching coach and a manager nuts with a 12-5 lead.
Because the Cardinals aren't a team, that hit you with big innings necessarily, because they need help. They need walks, and they'll get their singles and doubles as Irish Mike gets on the phone down there to get somebody else up. You start walking people, and then they become a problem. There's Fregosi, who's very upset, and he's also got to be hot in that jacket.
Yeah, but that's his good luck jacket, so it'll stay on. David West and Tim Mauser get up in the bullpen.
John Kruk has a good feel for Mark Davis' psyche. They played together in San Diego. He knows him really well, and you saw Kruk just coming in and patting Davis on the shoulder there. Kruk likes Davis quite a bit.
Batter will be Greg Jeffries, who has walked, singled, and grounded out. Carpenter Cup Finals at Veterans Stadium in the semifinal round. Burlington County beat Ocean Monmouth 12-8 tonight, and Suburban National shut out Mercer County 3-0. Strike, it's called. A championship game will be tomorrow night at 6:35 at Veterans Stadium. Burlington County against Suburban National in the Carpenter Cup Finals. One strike to Jeffries. This with a curveball. 1-1. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Phillies lead it 12-5. In the hole, a base hit to left field. Juggled by Thompson, but the runners hold. And St. Louis has the bases loaded, nobody out.
Never feel comfortable in this ballpark. Cardinals have given the Phillies fits here the last few years.
Brings on Todd Zeile, who has struck out, singled, and slugged a 3-run home run that gave the Cardinals the lead in the fifth, but then the Phillies came back with a 6th spot in the 6th.
The Cardinals so far behind, even though Thompson fumbled that, Bucky Dent had the runner third base. Gilkey held all the way.
This has been a wild one here at Busch Stadium. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball is short. That might be a double play, and is. Coming in to score is Gilkey. The Phillies get 2 outs on the ground ball. It's now 12-6. Bring on Mark Whitten. Whitten has twice struck out and grounded out.
That's the point about letting him put the ball in play. There's not much you can do to defense walks.
1 ball and no strikes. To Whitten. Two outs at third base is Ozzie Smith. Phillies lead it 12-6. Listen. 2-1. Right there for a strike. 2-2. Long game. Darren Dalton has received a lot of pitches tonight.
91 degrees at game time, and it's not going to get any better till the Phillies get out of here. That's for sure. It's going to be very hot the next 2 games.
Think Dutch might sit out against the left-hand pitcher tomorrow, Donovan Osborne.
It'll be interesting to see what Fregosi decides to do with a day game against a right-hander the next day. You know he's going to play 1 game on Friday night.
Yeah. Walking. 3rd walk in the inning, given up by Mark Davis. Here comes Jim Fregosi.
Yeah, he's had enough.
He's calling.
For Mauser, it looked like the right-hander.
Tim Mauser. Well, we have a pitching change for the Phils here in the 7th as Mauser will come on for Mark Davis. Pitching change for the Phils. We're in the 7th. It's 12-6 Phils. Back after these messages.
Today, two airlines share one vision: to join the world together as never before. Announcing the global alliance of U.S. Air and British Airways. Now, there are no boundaries.
We're in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies have 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors. St. Louis 6 runs, 9 hits, and 4 errors. Tim Hauser is the new pitcher. This is his 6th game since being called up from Scranton Wilkes-Barre. No wins, no losses, a 7.45 ERA. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings, giving up 10 hits and 8 earned runs. Has struck out 9 while walking 6. Had good numbers at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He was 2-0 with 10 saves and an 0.87 earned run mark. From Fort Worth, Texas. 26 years of age. He comes in with 2 outs, a run in. Cardinal runners at first and third, and the Phillies leading it by 6, 12-6. Paid attendance here tonight, 39,344. Some have departed, but not that little gal.
That's the little girl that had her hands over her eyes when that ball went past Oliveris' head.
And that little guy's getting tired also. This has been kind of a long game. First and third with 2 down. Batter is Brian Jordan. Over for a called strike to Jordan. He has singled to knock in 2, popped up and grounded out. Brian Jordan playing center field in the absence of Ray Langford. He's on the disabled list. Bouncing ball to Baptiste. He'll get the force at second, and that will retire the side. St. Louis gets 1 run in the inning. They do it with 1 hit along with 3 walks in the inning. No errors and 2 men left. We go to the 8th. It's 12-6 Phillies.
There's laughter coming through. You touch us, we'll touch you. It happens every day. Come watch us take your breath away. No wonder there's such wonder in their eyes.
Come make contact with another world. SeaWorld.
You could go batty following the herd this summer. But really cool families visit the top seasonal water park in the country, Dorney Park and Wild Water Kingdom. It's where families go to have fun. Go play outside. You could try to keep the kids happy at home this summer. But really cool families visit the park for all ages, Dorney Park and Wild Water Kingdom. It's where families go to have fun. Go play outside.
Look for discount coupons on 2-liter bottles of Pepsi and Diet Pepsi.
If you heard of a car whose performance is almost eerily smooth and quiet, whose dual airbags enhance a secure environment, whose finish resists even acid rain, would you want to take a closer look at it? We thought so. Introducing the all-new 1994 Mitsubishi Galant. It's everything you ever hoped for in a midsize sedan, and a few things you never dreamed of. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Ford. Stop in today during Truck Month at your local Quality Plus Ford dealer and test drive the new Ford Explorer. And by AT&T, because you're not the same as anybody else, there's the iPlan. Mariano Duncan leads it off. Takes a couple of strikes, 0-2 to Duncan. Duncan's had a good game. He's 2 for 4. 2 RBIs. Off the end of his bat, it's still 0-2.
Showing some of those young kids who are hanging in there. I see that little Robbie Fergosi's all right down there. Joni's here, Jimmy's wife, down
Robbie?
At the end of the Phillies dugout in the club box down there. He's a little restless right now, but he's down there.
Missing 1 ball and 2 strikes. Is Nicole here also?
I don't see her down there. I just see Joni and Robbie.
Inside, it's 2-2. Called third strike. Duncan's gone. 1 down. That'll bring out Mickey Morandini. Mickey's 1 out of 3. He's kept a hitting streak going at 7 consecutive games. And he lost a high fly into shallow left. Ozzie Smith will take care of that one. 2 down. Tim Mauser will get a rare at bat. Mauser has been at bat twice this year without a hit. Strike to Mauser. Bouncing ball. It's a fair ball. Zeal's going to have to hurry, and he got him. That'll retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Phillies on top, 12-6.
There are some things that money can't buy. Infiniti believes safety should be one of those things. That's why they're the only car company whose entire line includes standard not only ABS and dual airbags, but automatic seatbelt pretensioners to help snug the belt around you as the airbags deploy. From their least expensive G20 to their most luxurious Q45. Would a visit to your Infiniti showroom be in order? I think that's safe to say.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering that your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Can I borrow your TV screen? This is what happens with a typical luxury car in a panic stop. About 2 tons of weight dives to the front. But this is what happens with an Infiniti Q45A. The world's first full active suspension helps you stay level and controlled. How? I'd have to mess up your screen a lot. Visit your Infiniti showroom for a guest drive.
Good evening, I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break in the National League tonight. We have a bunch of finals, but still going on in San Diego. In the 5th, it's 2-0 Padres. John Smoltz picks up his 7th win. Atlanta 6-4 over Colorado. Hour-and-a-half rain delay has kept that game in Florida late. It's now in the 7-6-5 New York. 3-0 Cincinnati over Houston. It's Montreal over Pittsburgh 9-2. And in the 4th inning, San Francisco leads Los Angeles 2-0. We now go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 12-6. Back to St. Louis.
All right, thanks, Neil. And Luis Alicea will lead it off, to be followed by Eric Pappas. Then it looks like a pinch hitter for Olivares as we look at Joni Fregosi and Rob. Rob, the little blonde-haired youngster with Joni, and then in the front is Nicole, Jim's daughter. They're still at it, going strong at 10:30 here, St. Louis time.
Not worried about the rain at all.
No, I guess they didn't hear that Rich Ashburn forecast. I guess, you know, when Whitey gets tired of baseball, he could be a weatherman. Sure. He's not a licensed meteorologist, but I mean with that nose.
Yeah. Quite a nose.
The Nebraska nose that just smells rain. Be able to help an awful lot of people with their gardening, various things during the summer. Base hit for Alicea.
He'd be the new Dick James, Elliot Abrams. You know, he could be all of those people. There he is.
There's his whiteness.
10:27, no rain yet.
1 strike to Eric Pappas. Gerald Perry's moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Oliveras. Missing 1 ball and 1 strike. Bills lead at 12-6. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's a foul down the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
New York Mets look like they might have been comfortably ahead in a ball game, 6-2. Now looking at the scoreboard, it's now 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th as Florida's catching up to them.
One and 2 here to Pappas. High pop-up foul, might be playable. Dalton near the screen, has room. That's 1 down, and we'll bring on Gerald Perry. Big fireworks displays right after the Twilighter on Friday at 4:35 against San Diego, and again on Saturday a single game at 7:05. 2 spectacular fireworks shows by Jerome. Tonight's compliments of Mellon PSFS. Order your tickets by calling 463-1000. San Diego will be in when the Phillies return on Friday night. Perry takes 1 wide. He's a good pinch hitter. He's hitting .313 as a pinch hitter, 9 for 27, including 2 home runs. One ball and 1 strike. Missing. 2-1. Alicea at first base. Mike Perez will be the new pitcher for Joe Torre in the 9th inning. Smash back through the middle. They hit to center field. So the Cardinals with 2 men on base and 1 out. For Bernard Gilkey.
Phillies are going to get David West up again. He was throwing earlier. Johnny Padres kind of looking out tonight like, oh man, won't this one ever end?
West pitched an inning last night. Two men on base, 1 out for Gilkey. Missing with a slider.
Crossed Dalton up then too. You see Dalton reaching for it in one spot and it came in another, and he's very lucky he caught that ball. Big Mauser, as he walked into him, said, yeah, I know what it is. I know the signs. I know it. Watch Dalton. He's reaching one way and the ball goes the other way. Whoops. And he somehow caught it.
2 balls and no strikes. 3-0. walking on 4 pitches, and that will load the bases. And here comes Jim Fregosi. And he'll probably go to David West here. He has made the way to the bullpen, and David West will be called in with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the 8th. Phillies lead at 12-6. It's that kind of night. So David West will come in, and his assignment will be to throw strikes. Phillies had this big lead, and then all of a sudden Mark Davis walked 3 in an inning. Mauser's only walked 1, but given up a couple of hits, and now it's West. West appearing in his 32nd game. He's won 1, lost 2, 2 saves, a 2.84 ERA. Averaging better than a strikeout per inning. 38 innings, 40 strikeouts, 20 walks. And he'll be facing Ozzie Smith here with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Came in the game last night and pitched 1 perfect inning. In fact, as you look at Lenny Dykstra, he's really happy with what's going on right now. He came in through 3 fly balls, which is, you know, David West is a high ball pitcher for the most part, and this is a good ballpark to do that in because there's so much room, and the Cardinals don't have a whole lot of power.
So David West coming on for Tim Mauser. Phillies lead at 12-6. Cardinals have the bases loaded with 1 out. And Ozzie Smith will come up. He is single grounded out and twice walked. Strikes. Jose Oquendo is doing a little loosening in the St. Louis bullpen. He might come in for Ozzie. 1-1 the count to Ozzie Smith.
Remember, there was that one year where he pitched a couple times for the Cardinals. In fact, he pitched in the game at Veterans Stadium. The Phillies let him up.
I think he might come in as a part of a double switch here.
Yep.
1-2 the count to Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie, one of the toughest hitters in the league to strike out. Almost always gets his bat on the ball.
Pitch. Ozzie had called time, was given time by Terry Tata, although West appeared to be in his delivery.
The pitch looked like it was a strike, too.
Ball to Morandini. He'll get the out at second. No chance for a double play. Coming in to score is Alicea. And it's a 12-7 game. Give Ozzie Smith a run batted in. Cardinal runners at first and third for Greg Jeffries, who is 2 out of 3. A foul down the third base side. A balls and 1 strike to Jeffries. Line drive right field, right at Eisenreich. That'll end the inning. St. Louis scores a run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. We go to the 9th. Phillies lead it 12-7.
Mountain man survival skills. The basics. A true mountain man must have a keen sense of direction, a certain physical dexterity, and a talent for surviving the most unforgiving climates. Of course, nothing is more key to a mountain man's survival than plenty of smooth bush beer and easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and learn how the mountain man survives even the most grueling conditions.
463-1000.
This is a line. To some, it is seen as a barrier. To others, it's a point where traditions of the past are abandoned in favor of visions of the future. Introducing the revolutionary new Toyota Supra. It's taken everything sports cars were before and crossed the line.
After 8 innings of play, it's the Phillies 12 and St. Louis 7. Tomorrow at 9, Kane must rescue a battered wife on Kung Fu. The legend continues only on PHL 17. Mike Perez is the new pitcher coming on for the St. Louis Cardinals. Perez on for Olivares. Perez appearing in his 40th game. He's won 4, lost 2, 3 saves, a 2.20 ERA. 41 strikeouts in 45 innings. Lenny Dykstra takes it high for a ball, and he's had a good ball game. He's 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and an RBI on a sacrifice fly. Increasing his league lead in runs scored. He now has scored 70 runs this year already.
Another one of the Phillies happy to see a right-hander in the game tonight.
High fly ball right field. Mark Whitten is there. And Dykstra's out, 1 down.
Phillies have Mitch Williams up in the bullpen. David West, an inning last night, 2/3 so far tonight. Williams has only been in 1 game this year that was a non-save situation. So we'll see.
Looks like he's warming up in earnest.
He sure does.
Here's Milt Thompson. Milt's had a good game. He's 2 for 3 with 2 walks. 1 ball and no strikes. Fouls it out of play, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Thompson with 1 out and no base runners. Missing. It's 2-1. Did a great job for the Cardinals last year. 9-3 his record. There's a line drive, another hit for Thompson, his 3rd. Kilke, good hustle. Throw is wide, though. It'll be a double for Thompson. Thompson's 3rd hit of the game.
Many times do we see Milt Thompson lead comebacks against the Phillies in this ballpark, just like this, fighting balls off here and hitting them down that left field line, and he's had 2 of them tonight.
Perez last year appeared in 77 games and had an ERA of 1.84 for the Cardinals while winning 9. Here's Crocker. He's 2 out of 4. Slams the ball to deep left center field. That ball is off the base of the fence. Thompson will score. Crock rolls into second with a double, and the Phillies now lead it 13-7. Hit number 3 for the Crocker, who appears to have that stroke back.
Big offensive night for the Phillies at a time when they really needed it. Phillies have 151 doubles now as they lead the league, and if they can go on to win this game, it'll probably calm a few people down at home. We understand there were a lot of nervous folks in the Delaware Valley today.
A lot of games to be played yet this season.
And they keep talking about the 64 Phillies. I think the Phillies won 4 or 5 championships after the 64 Phillies, if I remember.
1 strike to Baptiste, who's batting for the first time. Baptiste hitting at 286. Oops, a foul out of play. Phillies will be conducting a tryout camp tomorrow in Williamsport at Bowman Field at 10 a.m. American Legion players asked to get permission from their post-captain commander. 10 a.m. at Williamsport Bowman Field tomorrow morning. Abe McDonald, Ken Holtsample, Jack Pastore, Rob Holliday will all be on hand. Joe Romano. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Baptiste. Tap to the shortstop, Ozzie Smith. Pulls Jeffries off the bag, but he makes the tag for out number 2. And that'll bring on Darren Dalton. Dutch is 1 for 3 with a couple of sacrifice flies and 2 runs batted in. Florida has now taken the lead on the New York Mets. 8-7 in the 8th inning.
That farm's looking better to Dallas.
Oh.
He's got to wonder, what did I get into?
1 ball and no strikes to Dalton. 1-1.
I even feel sorry for Wino. Bobby had a nice little cushy job just going around, sitting behind home plate, staring through screens, advancing for the Braves.
And scout for those Braves. Low with it, 2-1 to Dalton. He walked him. Now the Phillies with 2 men on base and 2 outs for Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich is 2 for 5. Triple and a double. 3 runs batted in. Pitching to walk hitters the way they have tonight. They've issued 6 walks. Fly ball center field. Jordan there. Puts it away. That'll retire the side. The Phillies get 1 run of the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and lead 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Phil's lead 13-7.
Just when you thought there was no limit to the unlimited acclaim, now there's a limited time to save bigger than ever. For under $12.7, you can get all the extras, like special gold accented wheel covers, gold trim all around, plus air, automatic, cruise control, driver's airbag, and more. But you better hurry. It's only here for a limited time. At your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer, where real advantages make a real difference.
My wife asked me for a diamond, so naturally I went to True Value, where the guy got me the right brush, roller, all the right stuff. He even kidded me. Paint it and he will come, he said. Will he ever face a big league hitter? Who knows? But judging from the drool on his chin, I'd be waiting on the spitball.
You know how fast your business is changing. But do you know which airline is changing faster than any other? Improving schedules, modernizing its fleet, forming a global alliance, making so many improvements, it can truly be said, in the history of aviation, no other airline has made so many changes so fast. And all of it's for you.
Kids 14 and under get a really neat mesh jersey free. Compliments of Model Sporting Goods when the Phillies take on Barry Bonds. Will Clark and the Giants Sunday, July 11th at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Todd Zeile leads it off for St. Louis here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Zeile's 2 for 4. He put the Cardinals in front briefly in the 5th inning with a 3-run home run. That made the score 5-4, but then the Phillies scored 6 the following inning.
That's the most amazing part about this game, because this place was just electric after Zeile hit the 3-run homer, and you had to think, uh-oh, here we go again. And the Phillies came right back and blasted the Cardinals with a big inning, and they've been ahead ever since.
Tom Urbani came in the left-hander in that next inning and gave up a hit to a left-hander, struck out a right-hander. He's a left-hand pitcher, gave up another hit to a left-hander, and walked 2 more left-handers.
Who knows what happens, though, if Ali Seiya holds that ball at second when Incaviglia strikes out.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike to Zeile.
It's one of those, sometimes it's just some little thing that goes your way, and all of a sudden it opens the gates and some good things happen.
The Cardinals don't usually make errors like that or mistakes. They usually do not beat themselves. They have made 4 errors here tonight.
Well, there's 2 outs, nobody on base. The ball Dykstra hits. Ali Seiya is playing back a little further. He probably catches it. Inning's over.
Yeah.
You might get nothing in that inning.
It's true. 2-2 to Zeile. Youngsters are holding up better than their parents here.
They like being up this late.
Full count. Struck him out. First strikeout for David West. 1 down here in the 9th. And that'll bring on Mark Whitten. Whitten has struck out twice, grounded out, and walked. (13-7), Phillies lead, bottom of the 9th. Past the diving Mickey Morandini. Whitten has a hit. He's a 1-out base runner for Brian Jordan. Jordan is 1 for 4, doubled in a pair in the 1st inning. And Rivera, although giving up 5 runs in 5 innings in this game, would be the winning pitcher in this ball game. Bennett pick up his 8th.
Penn gave up 5 runs tonight with 2 outs. The 2-run double that Harry's talking about here to Jordan in the 1st on a ball Thompson almost caught, and then the 3-run home run to Zeile with 2 outs.
1 ball and no strikes to Jordan. Talking about diehard fans just below us starting that staccato clapping here.
Maybe they're trying to fan themselves.
1 ball and 1 strike to Brian Jordan. Just missed. 2-1. Fouled it back. 2-2.
John Kruk is playing off Whitten at first base. Kruk just mopping his brow, had his cap on. I mean, Kruk looks like he's been through a war down there. On base all night, hair hanging down. Look at him.
He does converse a lot with base runners at first base.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was really close.
At the time of night you think as an umpire you'd be calling strikes too.
Full count. Oops, a foul out of play. Still 3-2 to Mark Whitten. Jared Dalton, he's caught a few pitches tonight.
So you made a good point about, whether or not he'll play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Be a good night not to play him. We'll see.
Walking. That puts 2 men on base. With 1 out for Luis Alicea. Alicea is 1 out of 4 and has scored a run. John Vukovic reminding every one of the outs. That little girl just waiting for the sunrise. And we are just up here waiting for that torrential downpour. 1-0.
It's really key for David West to get these last 2 outs so we don't get nailed with a rain delay here.
It's homing in on midnight back in the Delaware Valley. That rain has not come as yet. 1-1.
That rain, of course, was Whitey's prediction.
Said it would be here at 10 o'clock.
He told me, Harry, without doubt, that we would walk back to the hotel tonight and be soaked.
Well, we will be soaked with perspiration. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just missed 2-2. It has really been hot here in St. Louis the last couple of days. Jim Fregosi still with that good luck jacket on, though.
Oh, man.
Those Mets have regained the lead at Florida 9-8. Uh-oh. 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 That ball's out of here. A 3-run home run. Luis Alicea, his first of the year, and all of a sudden it's a 13-10 game.
Told you spoke too soon about him. He always hurts the Phillies, and it's usually with an extra base hit, not a home run. That's amazing.
Well, it is 13-10, and the Wild thing gets up in earnest here with a 3-run lead, 1 out in the 9th inning. Here it is. Fastball right there. Alicea does not hit many of them, but he got all of that one.
No, West figuring he could throw a ball right down the middle, and he's not going to hit it out of the ballpark.
There's a strike call to Eric Pappas. Tracy Woodson has moved into the on-deck circle. That is Alicea's 4th career home run. That should be out number 2. Lenny Dykstra makes the grab. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Tracy Woodson. Tracy Woodson hitting at .222. As a pinch hitter, he is 3 for 10. Pops a foul back up this way and just over our heads. Another foul ball, 0-2. Little gal still going strong.
She is really a gamer, that kid.
One ball and 2 strikes. Up and in. 2-2.
Whoop.
Uh-oh, there's an umbrella. Can't believe it.
Just in time, Harry.
Shallow center. Lenny Dykstra puts it away, and the Phillies have won this game by a score of 13-10. For the Cardinals in the ninth, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, none left. Phils win at 13-10, even the series at a game apiece. This was a big win for the Phils, and we'll be back with the totals and a recap in a moment.